Today is Thursday, February the 13th, 2020. I am Julie Hankinson, and this is the view out my window. Last year, I embraced the mantra that if you want to change everything, just do it. And so I promised myself that I would experiment and I would try one new thing every week. And that was how I embraced this mantra. So I did everything from change my toothbrush, the kind of toothbrush I was using, to changing my toothpaste, my shampoo, my conditioner. I even tried dropping little drops of perfume on my hairbrush, which, by the way, if you do that, just use 1 or 2 drops. Don't use more than that because, whoa, that was a bit overwhelming. I know that that's touted as the way to, add a touch of fragrance, but be careful not to overdo that. I couldn't even stand myself. Oh, that was so strong. But the point was to experiment and to try new things because I truthfully was feeling like I was in a rut and I needed to shake up my world and try new things. I went to Disneyland for the first time in my life, and I got to experience the Star Wars Galaxy. That was pretty awesome. Galaxy's Edge. I got to pilot the Millennium Falcon. Oh my gosh. And I actually did the whole thing where I splurged on a costume. And that's something I wouldn't have done in the past either, because I would have just seen that as too much of a waste of money. But last year I was trying new things, and that included actually getting a couple of pieces of costume clothing there. So I have to tell you, I've worn them to work. They are so cute and so interesting, and it's all the context of where you wear them. So they look like a very modern jacket and top. But the point I think that I want to make today is that we do all get stuck in our ruts. And growth requires change. And as you continue to experiment and try different things, it will actually guide you to try other different things that you didn't even realize you had become a humdrum about in your life. So things like just adding walnuts to your oatmeal, that little bit of extra nutrition there. I dropped the sugar and added banana to my oatmeal. I know it's a different kind of sugar, but it's supposed to be healthier. So just little tweaks, little recalibrations, little changes that lead to a healthier, more abundant, and happier life. Because I actually, when I went to the Disneyland, I just stood there. I was so excited that I actually teared up. It was like, I just felt so happy. And I'm in my 60s, and I was going for the first time, and I was brought up in a very frugal family. Yes, we would go out camping, but we had all our own camping equipment, and that was what we did for a holiday. But allowing myself to actually spend the money to go to Disneyland and to actually buy a couple of things there and not pack all of my food. It allowed me the opportunity to experiment and try the foods that they were presenting. And I actually ended up buying a cookbook with the Galaxy's Edge, some of the menu items, because they were so delicious. And yes, I incorporated them into my life because they were just a wake up for my taste buds. And one of the things I had told myself I would do last year is learn a couple of cordon bleu recipes. Now, I'm not telling you that I really followed through on all of these things. I might have tried it for a week, and if it didn't work in well with my lifestyle, well, I didn't do it anymore. So I learned one egg recipe for cordon bleu, and that was the end of that. That was just not my skill set. And I think it was because I did not have the time to devote to that. So that's why I say experiment, because you don't know what will actually work in your life and what won't. Maybe you don't have the time for it. Last year I was journaling, and one of the items that I put down, one of the ideas, was to actually start a YouTube channel. Now, I did not have time to do that last year. I did, however, say that I was going to do that this year, that I was going to devote myself to creating a YouTube channel, because this was one of the items that I chose to push myself out of my comfort zone. And like I said, I didn't get everything done last year, but this is me experimenting some more this year, making little tweaks and recalibrations, and talking to you right now, encouraging you to experiment a little bit in your own life, to at least write down ideas that pop into your head. They might not be relevant at the time or something that you can do at the time, but like I said, several of the ideas have been more acceptable this year mentally. I think maybe I had to think about them for a while. It's like, well, is this something I really can do? Is there anyone out there that would actually be interested in listening to what I have to say? Maybe there are 2 or 3 like-minded souls who would like to shake up their life a little bit and change their toothpaste or brush a few drops of perfume into their hair, to just carry a beautiful scent around with them all day long, or to actually take the time to go to a real spa. I did that last year also. I also had a full medical checkup at a boutique spa, not one of the doctors that was in my health plan, but one that was outside that I had researched, and because I wanted a full diagnostic workup of my entire body. And what you get that your insurance pays for is very limited. Now, I have to tell you that was a bit costly, but I had been planning for it, believe it or not, for 5 years. And I felt the results that I received were extremely valuable, because I sometimes think that our insurance limits doctors to what they can find, and we don't know what's happening in our bodies unless we actually investigate. So if you're feeling more achy or tired or angry or depressed, I would definitely, if you have the money, pursue boutique healthcare. And like I said, it's not something you just do overnight. It did take me 5 years to plan and find a good, clinic and to also save the money because again, it was not covered by my health insurance. But I felt that it was an extremely valuable experience. And again, everything I suggest is not going to be applicable to you, but I hope that you would take some encouragement from what I'm saying and that you would explore what you feel you need to do. And if you don't have the money or the time right now, please just put it in a journal, in a book somewhere, on a piece of paper, on a notepad, so that you will see it 6 months from now or a year from now, and it will just jog that memory and you'll go, oh, I was interested in doing that. Do I have the time or the resources now to pursue it? If so, I hope you do. And I hope that it will improve your life and that you will grow and that you will change and that you will experience more opportunities because you now are looking at your life through a different lens. And at this, I wish you all the best. And if you have other like-minded souls, please do share this video with them. And please like and subscribe. And you all take care, and I hope you have an excellent night.